We spoke about multi-tenant consent in the last couple of videos. In this video, we are going to pick up a industry specific where multi-tenant consent becomes important. As we discussed, industry or a business which has multiple business units and multiple subcontractors. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, let's talk about an example of a multi-tenant consent. And now about banking industry. Why is it so important about banking industry? Bank is a bank, but banks are no more the traditional banks helping you open a saving account or a current account, issue you a checkbook or a draft kind of a thing only. Of course, within banking, the transactional mode has changed far, far beyond what it used to be traditionally. But these days, the bankers have expanded their business. They can give you securities, investments, mutual funds, stocks. They can give you insurance. So a bank is no more just a bank, right? A bank is no more just a traditional bank. And therefore, for them, it is important to take care of your personal information. And they handle a lot of personal information, largely sensitive, because the financial status of an individual is perhaps the most sensitive personal information an individual can have. Very, very important. And then on top of it, a lot of regulations. A lot of regulations from various business streams that we spoke about, for example, banking, investment, insurance. So they have to report back to the RBI, they have to report to SEBI, they have to report to IADAI for the respective business, and they have to follow the regulations of each of these businesses. So that's one of the important things. The customer is the same, right? Same customer is taking multiple services, and you need to ensure that his consent, therefore, is not misused, not rotated around, and everything is taken care of. Across business units, let's pick up some examples. Does a bank give loans? Yes, they do. So what do they have for that? They have your salary information, they have your credit scores. Very important. They give you credit cards. So they have your spending behavior. They have the information of all the linked accounts. They give you insurance, so they have your health data. They have information of your dependents. They give you stocks, mutual funds, wallets, so they have your KYC. They have your risk profiling. Each business unit, therefore, is a tenant to a shared governance model, right? What about external? They have partners like brokers, share brokers, sub-brokers, NBFCs. So the consent has to go to those third-party processors also. What is very important is defining a clear role, responsibility, and tagging of who is collecting the personal information, who is processing it, and who is accountable for the safety and security of the personal information. And that's the most important thing when it comes to privacy, right? So who is collecting it, who is processing it, and who is being accountable for it. Revoking the consent and doing audit on consents is another important aspect, and that also has to work end to end. Some design decisions: centralize some of the functions like the user interface. So one ID, customer ID, could be helpful for being the login ID onto any online service, be it be saving account, current account, loan account, be it your demat account, be it your insurance account, or any other business that your bank does. Standard consent screen: collect personal information at one place, ask what services you want to use, and collect respective consents. Could be a good idea, really depends. However, if you are doing it separately, then also you have to have a mechanism to sync all the consents together. The only thing then is a customer logged in here and a customer logged in there also, the same customer, and he carries different IDs. How do you relate them? But you can use patterns like PAN numbers, Aadhaar numbers to link or correlate the two people. The logging and the dashboard to consent windows should be centralized. The escalations and audit mechanism should also be centralized, because that's something which has to be in a central control by the organization, as the organization is responsible in totality. What should you localize? You should localize the purpose of the data. Insurance needs health information for insurance. Bank account or credit card does not need your health information. So purpose is localized. Consent prompts, risk thresholds. What are the risks in that particular service? What about your insurance? Would you be able to pay premiums properly? What about your credit cards? Would you be able to pay your dues properly, minimum dues, other things properly and timely? These are certain important things that the banker has to see. So the consent has to be centralized or synced up centrally. So that's an overview of our banking multi-tenant consent. I hope you like the content of the video. We'll get into more details about the same in the next video. Subscribe to my channel and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.